operation. And just, at the heart of all of it is, and I hope this comes through in our conversation today for the listeners, our heart beats passionately for the success of the people that we touch. And if someone's serious, this is the reason I'll give up. I'll turn 30 minutes into 2 hours anytime for somebody that is a passionate entrepreneur that believes in biblically sound, biblically ground principles. You don't have to be a Christian to believe in doing business the ethical right way. I mean, whatever your worldview is, there's a right and a wrong way. There's honesty, there's dishonest, there's deceptive, and there's straightforward. There's encouraging and there's discouraging. There's optimistic, there's pessimistic. If you find yourself on the right side of the ledger on those things, I'll partner with anybody. And we just had I remember that lunch very well. And we pounded through just some really good, interesting topics. I knew there was a future there. These, I call them divine appointments, and I just know when there's a future and a path that's going to intertwine. And that's a big tip maybe for those. And there's actually an episode of this podcast. If you want to succeed on the internet, put down the keyboard, because if you're not getting out there, and the fact that you guys got on an airplane and went and flew, a smaller version of that is, instead of sending an email, pick up the phone. Instead of sending a text message, send a thank you card. Those kind of little personal touches are so significant now in helping these things happen. And, like I was just talking recently with someone about minimum order quantities, oh, they're saying their minimum order quantity is 500 units, so I guess I can't work with them. No, that's what their website says. But I guarantee you there's somebody sitting behind a desk and they've been there for 9 years and they would love nothing more than to partner with you creatively, and they'll send you 5 units for free if you ask nicely, right? Yep. It's just going that extra step, go a few inches further than others are willing to go in this day and age, and you can accomplish incredible things. Man, I love that you shared that story. I hadn't remembered that how much that book went for that auction. But man, I got to do another one of these creative eBay auctions. Those are fun.
Absolutely.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but those always turn out to be such fun things.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope the listeners got a lot of good information on this. If they were thinking they were going to fill up about 6 pages of notes on private label, I hope we didn't disappoint them by giving them 6 lines. But those are some powerful tips that we've just shared. Don't be afraid to ask the simple question, hey, can I take the product out of the bag and change the label? Congratulations, you've got a private label. It's just that simple. I will ask you one question.
Sure.
Someone might be a little intimidated by this, and I'm just putting myself in their shoes right now. Okay, so what do you put on the bag? Nothing? Something? Print up a simple label yourself? I mean, I know the options vary, but...
Yeah, the options do vary. So what I did before PPI came around, I went to a place called Print Runner, actually in Uprinting, uprinting.com. It's capital Uprinting.com and printrunner.com. I think they're kind of the same. Their website looks almost identical. But I went on Fiverr, had somebody create a logo for me. I had a sticker made. You can put the sticker on the bag if you want. But that's why I love Brett's PPI thing, though, is don't even get caught up in that. Maybe you go to the wholesale company, and if their brand's not on Amazon, you test it with their brand maybe. Don't even go to the expense and the time of creating a fancy logo and packaging until you know it's going to work. If it does work, then maybe, it's okay to get the logo printed, all that for if you want to at the beginning. It's just better to test it first and then do it. But once it's going, then just a simple sticker is all it really needs. And then if you want to make it do fancy packaging, but most of our products, we've never graduated to what you would call fancy packaging, but they sell because they're not, we're talking about Amazon here. It's not a retail shelf. So,
well, yeah. And I just love how we're de-emphasizing these different segments of strategy. Some people, a lot of us have been selling. I've been selling on eBay, then Amazon for, coming up on 20 years now. Yeah. And it's always been, do you use strategy A or B or C, or do you use strategy D or one of those really weird strategies, E or F? No, what we're saying is stop the hunt for product that's magical and instead say, okay, what are people looking for? And then once we know what they're looking for and unable to find, then we turn around and say, okay, I could wholesale, I could private label, I may be able to retail source this thing. It doesn't really matter at that point. The only wrong answer is, well, you got to go spend $50,000 and make it and hope that works. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that.
Exactly.
All these other inexpensive options are there before you. One of them is private label. So in our Proven Private Label course that's out there, provenprivatelabel.com, we step you through it. It's going to have some wholesale in there. It's going to have some, yes, absolutely private label. It's going to have some, hey, you don't have to create your own private label. You do realize you could just use the package that already exists. Like you just said, that's what Brett does. More than half the time, they don't have to create their own product at all. They go find it, throw it out there as is. Don't take it out of the bag if you don't have to, right? Create unnecessary work for yourself. We're all about simple. It's going to have a lot of keyword strategy in there, finding these golden gaps. So I think a lot of people are really going to benefit from this, and the price is ridiculously low. You grab the book. It's under $20. It'll step you through this. If you have a pulse, I think you're going to be unable to sleep after you kind of check it out, and then join our community. And you'll be getting all this interaction with all these other people that are going through it. A lot of people who already have gone through it. It's going to be a beautiful thing. So pleasure to partner with you, man.
Oh my goodness,
and
thank you.
God bless you and your wife. I know you're just a few short weeks from having baby number one, little boy on the way, right?
That's
So we're so excited. Those of us who've known you guys so long, this is just such an exciting time. So pleasure to partner with you. And hey, listener, thank you for spending some time with Ryan and I today. It may have felt like Ryan and I were just having a good time ignoring you. We had you in mind the whole time, but when I get a chance to hang out with one of my buddies, sometimes it just feels like a conversation. I hope you don't mind. But this has been a blast for me. I'm sure it was full of great content for you, listener. If you're taking some notes, don't worry about it. We got it all in the show notes at silentjim.com. You can jump over there to this episode, pull down all the links and resources we talked about today. We'll have to have you back again, Ryan. All right? Sound good?
Love it. Absolutely. Anytime.
Awesome. And listener, thanks again for investing a little bit of your time. I hope the return on investment is massive. That's my goal. God bless you. We'll do this again real soon. This is Jim signing off, Silent Sales Machine Radio.